Hello YouTube, this is MC Unleashed, and I am starting a new series of a guide for Warzone Tower Defense Extended, and the website I use is madcowinteractive.com. It is by far the best site that has this, and so Warzone Tower Defense is basically a very involved tower defense game where you have a lot of freedom, and if you don't have a game safe account, I suggest you make one, because then your high scores can be documented. And I today got my first high score all time. Here you can see all the high scores. You can go to all the maps. There are many maps, and you see I have the #1 high score all time for that. But anyway, there are many different maps, and there are many different game modes. Default is just the default mode of that. Quick cash is kind of easy play. 5k start is default, but you start out with more money. 2 times cash, 2 times difficulty is a hard type of game. Accelerated play is when the mobs have less health but are much quicker. And then 10 tower limit, 20 tower limit, that's self-explanatory, and then 20 through 100k fixed is self-explanatory too. Alright, instructions, you can read this, but I'm going to explain it to you just by playing. So let's go on a easy map. A map that I suggest starting off with is Enclave, and let's go on quick cash. And you start off, you have 10 seconds to start off, and I'm not really going to do a great game. I'm just going to show you what this is like. There are many different towers, and there are ground and air units too. I would turn the sound off if you're playing this, because it's very annoying after a while. But anyway, there are many different towers, and then there are bombs, EMPs, and nukes. I would never ever use those ever. And you can click on these and read about all of them. I highly suggest heavy cannons for later on, in pulse emitters. Those are the only things that you should be using. Alright, you can upgrade these. Right here you can see if they're targeted at ground and air, what their damage is, range, blast radius, and their reload time. So I'm gonna just upgrade this guy twice. This is a good upgrade. Here is your base. The mobs try to get to your base, and if one of them hits it, then it will go down just a tad bit. Alright, and there are ground and air units, but right now I'm just playing ground, and if you have air units, they fly right over your towers, right over everything, and the only way to kill them is with either pulse emitters, flak cannons, missile turrets, or plasma cannons, or machine guns. Those are basically the only things, and this is going to be a very simple video. I'm not really going to try on this. I'm just going to show you each tower. So as you can see, these cannons are pretty standard. Machine guns are just towers that are very cheap. They're disposable. They do very little damage. Flamethrowers are pretty good. I would say they're the second best thing. Wall blocks are very cheap, and they're just used to block the enemy from going certain places. You can make mazes and stuff. Alright, here we can see you have the first boss. It is a blue tank. They are very strong. They have lots of health. And if they hit your base, it takes away half of your base health. Alright, but when you kill it, you get a lot of money. I'm gonna put down a flamethrower right here. Alright, so flamethrowers are very good. Their upgrades are amazing too. And they are good for beginning rounds. As you can see, rounds are never endless, but you can choose to send the rounds quickly. Alright, you can see how the pulse emitter works very well. As you can see, the more expensive towers are more money to upgrade. Alright, here's a laser cannon. You can put them to the side because they have very little, they have a ton of range. Sorry. They also have penetration. They will shoot a beam and it will hurt many different saw that. And I wouldn't suggest buying and selling and buying and selling, because if you sell something, you sell it for half price. Like, I bought this machine gun for $250 and you can sell it for $125. Alright, our next gun is the plasma cannon. I would only suggest using it if you're doing ground and air. It is a $1,000 gun. Very effective for ground and air. Alright, our last gun is, I would say, the best gun. It is a heavy cannon. It is it has tons of damage. Let's just compare it to this guy. This guy has 48 damage. This guy has 1,200 damage. Alright. So there is a big difference. And each time you upgrade it, the damage doubles, by the way. Alright, that is basically it for my first strategy guide for this. I hope you'll watch my other strategy guides. Give me suggestions in the comment section. One last thing I gotta add is, it is good if you get all of the mobs into one tiny area. If they can just roam around this whole map, it's hard to target many at a time because they're spread out. But if you can find them to a one block area, that is very useful. And that's it for today. Next video I will be doing a much deeper strategy, and so that's basically it. Thanks for watching.